She smirked the moment he stood up. The courtroom lights reflected off the medals on his worn U.S. Army uniform. The camouflage was faded. The boots were old but polished. The corporate attorney didn't lower her voice. "Is this how you show up to court?" she said, glancing at him from head to toe. "This isn't a battlefield." A few people laughed softly. Then she looked at his chest. "All those medals," she added with a thin smile. "Let me guess. Participation awards." Some executives from Iron Core Energy exchanged amused looks. The CEO leaned back confidently, arms crossed. In their eyes, the case was already won. Staff Sergeant Marcus Reed, a Black Army veteran, remained silent. 14 years in the U.S. Army. Infantry, 3 overseas deployments, multiple commendations for crisis response. The kind of soldier who didn't speak much, but acted when it mattered. After leaving active duty, Marcus took a job most people avoided. Overnight safety supervisor at Iron Core Energy. Long hours, low pay, high responsibility. To management, he was just another replaceable employee. Until the night, everything went wrong. At 12:57 a.m., Marcus felt a vibration in the floor. Subtle, unnatural. His instincts reacted before the system did. The control panel showed no alarms, but pressure levels were rising fast. Inside the facility, 9 engineers were testing a multi-million-dollar power prototype. Marcus requested an emergency shutdown. Denied. Deadlines came first. Then he smelled burning insulation. He didn't wait. Marcus ordered everyone to evacuate. Some hesitated. Some argued about data and equipment. He manually vented the unit, redirecting the pressure surge away from the main structure. It violated company protocol. Seconds later, the explosion shook the building. Concrete cracked. Fire tore through the test bay. Marcus was thrown across the floor. Both legs were shattered. His back burned, but the building stayed standing. All 9 engineers walked out alive. The fire department called it decisive action. Iron Core Energy called it misconduct. He was fired within a week. No severance, no medical coverage. Official reason: unauthorized interference. Back in court, the attorney spoke confidently. "Mr. Reed acted like he was still in combat," she said. "This is a workplace, not a war zone." The judge, a calm older man, reviewed the denied shutdown request. The disabled safety overrides. The internal emails. "If he had waited," the judge said slowly, "we'd be discussing 9 funerals." The attorney objected. The judge raised his hand. "You're defending policy over people," he said firmly. "And I can't ignore that this man was mocked for acting decisively and for how he looks in this uniform." The courtroom went quiet. He turned to Marcus. Staff Sergeant read, "Your actions saved lives. That is not recklessness. That is leadership." The verdict was clear. Wrongful termination. Full back pay, lifetime medical coverage, additional damages. The CEO no longer looked relaxed. Outside the courtroom, one of the engineers, a young white woman, approached Marcus with tears in her eyes. "You carried me out," she whispered. "You didn't even hesitate." Marcus nodded once. "I did hesitate," he said quietly. "Just long enough to make sure everyone got home. They saw a uniform, they saw medals, they saw a black man they underestimated. What they didn't see was a hero." But no one liked and subscribed the soldier.